Hello everyone and welcome to today's stream. I'm actually a bit loud, I'll turn myself down. There we go, is that okay? Anyway, today we're going to be driving a very special service. We're going to be driving from London King's Cross up to Peterborough in the newly released AP Class 387 for Train Simulator. Can I hear any sound? I think... Yep, I can hear sound, okay. Let's just load the passengers here while we set up our train. Yes, indeed, Fabi-chan, we do have a new intro. And on that note, let's say hello to everyone in chat. Hello to Clarko1007. Hello, welcome to the stream. Peppy and Me fan as well. Welcome to the stream. And Fabi-chan, it has been a while, but it is very good. It's good to see that you're enjoying these streams. So another 387 leaves. We have with the ex-Gatwick Express 387 with the new Great Northern branding. This is applied to units 387-207 to 209 at the moment. As you've also got Great Northern destinations. Got our set to Peterborough today. Hello, how's your bank holiday? Good, good. How's yours? I haven't done very much so far, but I had a lot of fun on Friday. I'll explain that later on. Also, we want to turn the HUD off, don't we? Yeah, I'm a bit in two minds on that one. Some people say that they enjoy the long intro, others are saying that they prefer the short one. Got about another couple of minutes here. I realised you need to manually release the doors on the 387, and I haven't done that yet. The 387 is a very nice train. It's just from the general feel of it. It feels like they've reused quite a lot of stuff from the Class 377 pack from Armstrong Powerhouse. But graphics-wise, everything is pretty much bang on. It's just physics-wise, it feels like it just feels almost a little bit borrowed from the 377 pack, the original one. But I appreciate that it'll probably be the easiest thing to do, rather than to create a whole new train, because you can just take all the stuff from there and reuse it. I'm sure it very much is very similar. Right, we're now ready for departure very soon. Out here from London King's Cross. We'll be heading up the East Coast Main Line today, running via Potter's Bar, of course, as usual. However, we'll not be doing our usual calling pattern today. We will be going direct from London King's Cross to Welwyn North. This is part of, if any of you remember Railplan 2020. This was one of the timetables that existed before then. We go all the way to Peterborough, calling only at Welwyn North, Biggleswade, Neots, Huntingdon, and Peterborough finally. Ah, nice. Preserve Pacer Guard. I know the Nean Valley's got something on today as well. And also, before anyone points it out, I am going 20 miles an hour into Gasworks. This is following the new speed limits, following the King's Cross remodelling scheme. Before, the speed limit in Gasworks was 15 miles an hour. That yellow brick you can see on the left coming just up ahead is the board for 45. But now, since the King's Cross remodelling, the 45 speed limit is at the front of Gasworks Tunnel, just where we enter it. So we want to keep one or two carriages clear of that board. And we can now accelerate up to 45 miles an hour, so it's just made going out of King's Cross that little bit more efficient. Yeah, it's that sort of thing you get to see at Heritage Railways that you don't see anywhere else. Hello Irish Train Spotter 33, welcome to the stream, hope you're doing well. And hello Musarat as well, welcome to the stream. Indeed, above is High Speed 1. The North London line goes over us at that point as well. That'll be a brilliant place to spot. I know exactly where to spot if I want to get you, because I'm sure there must be a point where you can get views of the East Coast, North London and High Speed 1. But I think it will just take a bit of time to figure out. It's considerably faster now. Exiting from King's Cross. And the tunnel we just went through was Copenhagen Tunnel. We're now going through Holloway area. Holloway Road Station should be very shortly on our right. In real life it's very clearly visible. There's a big road and then Holloway Road Station. I think we just passed it down there. But anyway, we're now passing the Emirates Football Stadium, home of Arsenal Football Club. And at this point we want to decelerate to 40 miles an hour as we will be crossing over onto the down fast line. I was watching Futures Gaming live stream. Oh, nice. I haven't heard of that before. I'm sure you're enjoying it. And at the next signal we can accelerate up to 90 miles an hour, shortly 95 miles an hour after Finsbury Park. Got our resumer passing by now. As you also have an 8-car Thames & Class 700 coming from Cambridge. This scenario is set in the modern day, or as close to the modern day as possible. Yeah, King's Cross is really great because you've got quite a nice variety of trains now because the 91s are back. It's very nice to see. Now passing Finsbury Park. Oh yes, 91, 110 and 111 as well are here, aren't they? Apologies for this lag, it's a bit laggy out of London, and I've also placed a lot of AI in Hornsey which I've forgotten to get rid of, but never mind. As we're racing out of the East Coast Main Line out of London. As we now pass Haringey Station, as a 717 arrives in on the platform. Passing two depots either side of the line, we've got Fern Park, which is on our left, and Hornsey, which is on our right. The 365 in there does not exist in real life. All the 365s are at Crewe now, I think. They've even left Peterborough. So they're not there anymore, unfortunately. But 3655304 was the last 365 at Hornsey, so I thought we'd just pay tribute to that and add it back to this scenario. Yes, Class 43 HST is getting replaced, or has been replaced, by the 800 and 801 on pretty much all the intercity routes out of Paddington. The last passenger HST run was in May 2019. And they did have a charity rail tour for the HSTs a few months later, now passing Alexandra Palace. As an 801 comes out of Bounds Green Depot, which is now also on our right. Yeah, Peppy and me found it pretty much is. You can do for the network rail workers just on the track there. Yeah, pretty much is in Train Simulator. Although there are various creators trying to make a better model for the 700 for Train Simulator. I haven't heard very much news about those. I know Great British Rail Workers working on a Class 700 model, but I haven't heard very much about it the past few months. So I'm not sure whether that continuing to go ahead or not. Now passing New Southgate Station. We do have a double yellow signal up ahead, so that means we're probably chasing the 387 we saw out of King's Cross. And we've now got green signal. I'm just going to coast to about 80 miles an hour just to get us some distance between us and the train in front. I never had problems with the 717s, still not keen on them one bit. It's the 700s I had curseful problems on them, wow. The 700s, their reliability is increasing year on year. They are becoming, they're actually on their way to becoming one of the most reliable trains in the UK, surprisingly. It's good because the 700s, we just rely on them so much. But what's your bad experiences on the Class 700 Peplum, you fam? We can accelerate now. Yes, hopefully the 700 will get a new cab. At the moment it's stolen from the 450 and still has strange Desro pulsing sound, even when it's on AC. Now passing, this is Oakley Park, isn't it? And we're now passing New Barnet Station. I noticed that these stations we're passing by, they don't have barriers, but they do in real life. As in barriers, I mean the gates blocking views from the fast to the slow lines. They're quite annoying. You can't get very good views through them. They seemed faulty when I rode on them. Were massively overcrowded. That was back in uni life in London. How many years ago was that? I mean, the 700s are often quite crowded. They do seem to do a good job. Imagine being on a 319 with that amount of crowds on there. That would have really not been nice. Now passing the brilliant Hadley Wood station. Steam trains still on rails. Some of them are. Some of them on the National Rail Network as well. There are various different rail tours that they're operating on, of course. Oh yes, indeed, and of course they're around on heritage railways as well. They are mainly rail tours. Oh, you saw one in Leeds, very nice. There was a rail tour that went up to Leeds a few days ago, wasn't it? Was it that one? That's Hadley Wood North. That was, no, that was I can't even get my tunnels on my Leclerc. That was Potters Bar Tunnel that we just went through. Shortly followed by Potters Bar Station, which we're now passing. Yeah, the East Coast Main Line does need an update. Crossovers north of Potters Bar. We do have a neutral section just up ahead. And technically, when we do have a 387-2 and -1 operating together, or even just 2 or 3 -2s, we're not allowed to exceed 100 miles an hour. And try to keep as close to the speed limit as possible. I don't really like the speed set. It's one of those things which you either love or hate. I really don't like using the speed set. Now passing Brookman's Park station as another 717 stands in the platform. Yes, on the East Coast Main Line they do actually get some pretty good speed. On other main lines, they don't tend to go so fast. The other day I saw 37608 pulling through West Ealing, pulling set of Elizabeth line class 345. Very nice. Where was it going from and to? Was that being delivered to Old Oak Common? I see. We say that the 700s are unreliable, but the 319s, they're in a completely different league of unreliability. Maybe there are still a few 345s up at workshops, so I think some of them might be dragged down to Old Oak Common. There was a 345 that got dragged down the Great Eastern a few weeks ago. Very nice. Was that completely by coincidence? We are now passing Hatfield. East Coast Main Line is very busy today. It's rush hour on a Friday afternoon, so lots of services going through. We've seen plenty of services on our way to Peterborough as well. Hello Mr. Quicko Streams, welcome to the stream. So it was quite a while ago, I see. I'm not really keeping up with what goes on the Great Western Main Line. Maybe I could visit the Great Western Main Line again sometime. Right, we do have a yellow signal up ahead, or it's a double yellow signal. That's probably for... Oh, no we don't anymore. So we're probably getting a bit too close to that 387 in front. If not, I think that's a class 700 that's just left Welwyn Garden City. If the next signal is double yellow, then if the next signal is yellow, then I will slow down. As we are now approaching Welwyn Garden City, you've got Welwyn Garden City Freight Depot on our right, where you do occasionally see the interesting loco there. We've got a class 97 which is currently waiting there. This is a double yellow signal. We also do want to start decelerating for our first stop at Welwyn North now as well. One a few weeks ago I think was on the Great Eastern Main Line. That was 345005. I don't think that would have been on the Great Western. Yes, we do have a yellow signal, so I'm going to slow down a bit. Oh, the lag there really scared me. I thought I hadn't done the AWS in time. Yeah, Train Simulator is a really good game. Lots of people are saying that it has bad graphics. Actually, I don't think it has that bad graphics. It's just putting it in comparison with Train Sim World. And that is a red signal up ahead, isn't it? Yeah, it's just incredibly customizable. There's such a good market for it. And now we're clear into Welwyn North, so I'll keep the speed going. Now you may call me Charlie. Perhaps we're going a bit too fast into the platform there. We want to stop right at the end of the platform here at Welwyn North because it can only accommodate an 8-car train. Welwyn North, perhaps not known in the best of ways, after a Hull Trains Class 180 experienced a fire here a few weeks ago. Hopefully it wasn't a few weeks ago, a few years ago. I think that should be right on the marker. Let's open the doors. Welwyn North I'd really quite like to visit. It looks like pretty good views. To the south here, actually. There's another good thing about Train Simulator. You can see the optimum locations for spotting. Would this be good? You can see right over the viaduct that way. Anyway, now ready to depart out of Welwyn North already. As the doors close. And that's... and we now accelerate. For our next stop, which will be at Biggleswade, we'll be passing Stevenage along the way. Oh yes, I didn't really showcase the livery except at King's Cross today. I do play a bit of Roblox every now and then, Miserat. Again, lots of very clever content creators on there. Do you have an Alan Thompson Sim subscription? No, I don't. I just thought it was a bit of an unnecessary price, to be quite honest. Yeah, exactly, Faber-chan. Definitely agreed. Although you do get some pretty generous discounts, and they did do a deal some time ago where if you apply for a subscription you get a free product from Armstrong Powerhouse. But still, that didn't really stand out to me. Perhaps sometime in the future. Peppy and me found 387s have always been dual voltage. Even the 387s-2 have always been dual voltage. If it was 30 days and everyone would download everything in that 30 days, and it would be a bit pointless, but they're being very clever about it, aren't they, Alan Thompson Sim? Which is a bit annoying. I'm passing Wilmer Green Junction where the line quadruples again. And we'll shortly be passing Nebworth just after. Yeah, the mergers are very good. For example, the East Coast Main Line merge, you can drive all the way from King's Cross to Edinburgh in one sitting. That would be brilliant. That would be brilliant. I think I just saw Nebworth station coming up. I think there's a 700 sitting on the platform there as well. Yep, here's Nebworth. Served by stopping trains to Cambridge. That would have been the train that blocked us at Welwyn North, which I think is now departing. Oh, Mr. Quicker Streams, that's not good, is it? That's really not good. There's the Hertford loop, which left us at Alexandra Palace, now rejoining us here at Langley Junction. And so by stopping services from Stevenage to Moorgate, although on the weekends recently, to put the ETCS equipment on the Northern City line, they have been diverting into King's Cross. The 387 does take a bit of time to accelerate, even on AC. I seem to have noticed. I've only just hit 100 miles an hour, having departed Welwyn North, which is probably about 5 miles behind us now. Or maybe not 5 miles, but a good 3 miles. I'm now passing Stevenage. Bye, Maserat. Enjoy future gaming stream. Well, that's not very encouraging. It's not him that creates all these scenarios, but these scenarios from Adam Thompson's sim are absolutely brilliant though. I like what he has set up. What would we do without Alan Thompson's sim? It's incredible access to routes, scenarios, and just really useful patches in general. Which we may not have been able to find otherwise. Yes, this service now calls it Stevenage, Biggleswade. It doesn't call it Welwyn North anymore. It calls it Stevenage, which may be slightly more appropriate. That changed in the Big Railplan 2020 timetable change, which rather confusing was in 2018. That led to all the Thameslink services being rejogged. Oh yeah, Stevenage Platform 5 is the other addition as well. Just updating various stations along the route would be good to see as well. Because it is a bit dated, and maybe a 700 and 717 would be good as well. Instead of the old 365, which is a good train, but it's a bit outdated for the East Coast Main Line now, isn't it? I'm going over the crossovers south of Hitchin, so we should be passing Hitchin very soon. Oh yeah, the 508 as well on Alan Thompson sim. That's brilliant. Got 59 in sidings here. I was on this service last week on a 387. This exact service, the 1812 out of King's Cross. When was it? This pair of 387. This is a 225 set is being held as a signal. Again. Oh, we've got another mixed livery set passing us now. What a coincidence. The lines towards Cambridge is now diverged off. Also, another thing that if the line is remade, that I need to add is the hitch and flyover, which should be around about here, which is a new flyover built to avoid crossing over the East Coast Main Line at the junction just north of Stevenage, just north of Hitchin. There's so many things that would be so brilliant to see with a new update for the East Coast Main Line and train sim. Ah, you're on the 1812, alright. And that was a pair of 387s as well, I assume. Because until just a few months ago, these very services would have been operated by Class 365s. But they don't seem to be anymore, because all the 365s have been taken out of service. But I guess their time has come. They've served the East Coast Main Line well in that time that they have been around. I've got 700-155 in the Pride livery passing us now. On a Peterborough to Horsham service. Just going to check we're on time. We're actually a few minutes early. I don't want to cause very much disruption to the East Coast Main Line, so we will stick at our the line speed, or our maximum permitted speed of 100 miles an hour. Yeah, the 365 is an absolutely brilliant train. It's such a shame to see it go, particularly on one of my local lines as well. And now they're sitting in the sidings all over the country, including at Crewe and Doncaster. Talking of Doncaster, I was there on Friday. That was what I was about to come to. As in, what I did was interesting on Friday. I went to Doncaster, basically, if I hadn't said already. And it was absolutely amazing. There's just so much variety. I don't think I've ever seen more 66s in that period of time than ever before. Although Eastleigh might come close, although I've never been there before, so I can't say very much about that. Passing the first level crossing along the way. I'm so sad that eventually the in-city 225 sets will go. Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? In-city 225 sets are really brilliant. But they will be operating on the East Coast Main Line until probably around 2023, so get on one while you can, Fabu-chan. Now passing Aylesbury, which I assume is another very good station for spotting on the East Coast Main Line. I see quite a few of them went to Crewe recently. I remember there were a few workings that went from Hornsey to Crewe, so I assume they've all moved back. There are a lot of 365s at Doncaster, just in a yard south of Doncaster. You can see them from the train as you're going up. Yes, the Armstrong Powerhouse 225 set is absolutely brilliant. It's very detailed. I can't find very much to complain about it with it. So that's a good sign. I'm just looking at the waypoints along the way. We've just gone over another foot crossing. Oh, really? I don't have very long left at all then. We now have a double yellow signal, as we will be crossing over onto the slow line at Biggleswade. Yes, Mr. Quicko Streams, you need the Steam version for it to work properly. that's annoying. DCG ended up doing another sale at the moment, actually. Talking of that. Not sure whether the 225 set is on sale, but you can always have a look. So good news that 315-820 is finally in safe hands for preservation. That's good, because 315s in preservation was a bit uncertain, wasn't it? It's good that one is going for preservation, because they are quite iconic to the Great Eastern and the West Anglia, which is hard to believe they were on. Hello Josh, that's fine, don't worry, we're now arriving into Biggleswade. Got some Biggleswade Plasmore sidings, which is now on our left. Occasionally you see the odd 66 here. Speed crossing over is 40 miles an hour. We should be able to accelerate a bit further up now, but obviously the platform is up ahead, so I'm going to decelerate again now. Biggleswade can hold a 12 car, but by the looks of things we want to be stopping right at the end as well. Looking out the window for the stop marker. And there it is. Welcome to Biggleswade, our second stop of the day. Ah, the 180, the DTG 180 sounds absolutely disgusting, doesn't it, the sounds? That's quite a nice shot. You have a few minutes here. There is a sound patch which you can install from Sam T's website. If you just search up Sam T Class 180 sound mod, then that will be available from his website. That makes the sounds considerably better. It's also completely free, that sound mod. Sam T does a brilliant job with sound mods. Do you have a look at some of his other ones as well? Hey, lots of money to spend. And the question is, what are you going to spend it on? Or are you going to save it? Ah, you're ahead then. You've done the clever thing, haven't you? Ah, you've already got the 70 sound mods, because the instant I played it I couldn't stand the sounds. It does not sound like a 180 at all. It sounds a bit like an electric train, doesn't it? I haven't actually noticed much difference with the Major Wells model in terms of the Grand Central one, which comes as standard. But I'm sure there is something behind it. I'm sure it is a lot better, and I just haven't noticed. So a nice shot. We're not timed at Welwyn North, so this is the first stop we're timed at, hence why we've arrived a bit early. Done pretty well so far, haven't we? Let's see what's coming towards us. I think we do have an 800 which will be passing us very soon. We are at Biggleswade, of course. The 800 is just up there, it's just past Aylesbury, so hopefully we'll be doing a nice race up towards Sandy. It'll be very nice. Biggleswade, I've actually been here once before. I didn't get very many shots, but I did get some shots. That was when the DV Class 90s was still around, hiring in for, well, it was back Virgin Trains at that time, wasn't it? For the Class 91s, which are having their pantographs repaired. You might buy a gaming chair, get LED lights, or upgrade my PC, or save up a little more. Oh, that's a hard one. I've never really understood gaming chairs, to be honest. Upgrading your PC might be worth it if you ever. Just small upgrades is best. Small, then. We're getting a new wheel soon, very nice. I might get a steering wheel as well, particularly as I've been quite into OMSI recently, so it might be good because it does get a bit annoying after a while trying to drive a bus with keyboard and mouse. Hello Clark, oh I can't speak. Hello Clark, Cobine 0, is the pantograph down? So it is. Thanks for that, I hadn't noticed that. Does the train think it's running on DC? No, maybe we need to stop at St Neots to change power. Ah, you're at Great Bentley at the moment, brilliant. I went through Great Bentley a few weeks ago. And you've seen a 720 already. Talking of 720s, 720s commenced operation on the West Anglia main line last week. So I managed to get a few shots of them. They operate various services throughout the day to Hertford, East and Cambridge. I also, when I was down at Liverpool Street yesterday, I managed to catch I didn't manage to catch, but I saw it on the boards. A Class 720 service terminating from Cambridge North. Is OMSI 2 a good game? Do you have any DLC for it? I have the London add-on for OMSI. It's a bit unstable, I'll say that. You need to play around with the graphics settings quite a bit before it finally settles in. Yeah, once you get it going, it's actually really fun. It's probably best to get it in the sale because it is quite expensive. I got it in the Steam Summer Sale, which is probably because it was half the price that it is now. That's a Bentley dealership. Yeah, it's nice to see the 720s. I prefer them to the 317s on that route, actually. Passing the crossovers, which means we're very shortly approaching Sandy. When I got it in the sale, it was about £33. That's for the bit I got it, the OMSI 2 add-on with the base game. But if you already have OMSI, then the London add-on is, or just without the sale, the base game is about £30 and the London add-on is about £30. So it'll be £60 in total around abouts. No, not quite in London, Fabicham, but very close to it. As an 800 passes us, this is going to Newcastle. And actually, it's actually giving us a pretty good race here, although it is very clearly winning. Well, so you go to Kensington Olympia. You saw 378 and S377. I saw your shorts of it on YouTube. One of your YouTube shorts is doing very well, as with many YouTube shorts seem to be doing. Got quite a good number of views on that one. This Kensington Olympia is probably worth a visit when the District line is running as well, because it'll be nice to see those. Right, where are we? We've just gone past Sandy. I think this is Everton level crossing, which we're just going over now. So it is, so we want to hold it at 75 miles an hour just here. Yes, they are doing very well. I should do more YouTube shorts. Is that another Azuma passing us? That's a 700, isn't it? Peterborough to Horsham. And there's a 75 mph speed restriction just up ahead. Oh, gone into braking there, which you don't want. Another level crossing coming up ahead, just ahead, or coming up just ahead. This is Tempsford level crossing. There's another Zoomer passes us. That's my phone buzzes away. It's the 387 in the cab. It is actually very quiet. It's very quiet as a passenger as well. Yeah, let's have a look inside 387-126. This is the original Great Northern unit. Seats, of course, you do get the ironing boards, but that's with on most modern trains. This interior is by Goose Studios. It's very nice to see because the old 377 did not have an interior. Oh, we've just gone over an 80 board as well. That's helpful to know. It's very nice. It's really detailed. This Goose Studios always does incredible jobs. You can get a very nice view of the outside as well. Just I quite like doing in train sim sometimes, but it's very annoying when the DSD goes off. How long do we have to St Neots? 3 miles. Okay, so we're not far. I don't know how, and this might sound fake, but I saw an NHS and a Pride, both GWR Class 800s in a 50 minutes difference. Wow, you got lucky with that one. Very lucky, just 800-321 to see then. So the one with the face mask. That is correct, Mr. Quicko Streams. And as that line joins us from the left hand side, we are now 2 miles from St Neots. Not actually too sure where that is. I think that's St Neots South Junction we just went over. We're still quite a way from St Neots. I've never actually seen the GW Pride, but I don't often go on the Western Main Line, so I haven't seen it before. Right, at that whistle board we do want to decelerate for St Neots now. Haha, not these again. Class 66 of anti-West Coast. How terrible would that be? Imagine going to Glasgow and being pulled by a 66. I would refund my ticket. Oh, that was 30 minutes before we said 37,608. That was brilliant. We got very lucky there then. Maybe we're going a bit too defensive and too... Actually, no, I think we're alright. West Ealing gives you luck. Maybe I should head to West Ealing then. Because I've never done the Greenford branch before, so that might make it even more worth a visit. Whoa, I don't know whether we're going to be able to... Oh no, we're good, we're good, we're good. We're all good. That's the 8 car stop just there, but we do want to stop a bit further up because we won't be able to fit on the platform if we do that. Very nice, and welcome to St Neots. Actually, we could have stopped a bit further down the platform, but where's the? Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to stop on the platform. We've got 4 more coaches to fit on down here. That wouldn't have happened. Actually, couldn't we have done that? I don't know, but it's too late to find out now, isn't it? I'm actually here about a minute late. Just a bit worrying. It's not too bad though. Oh yes, change it to AC. I will do that. AC system select. AC system select. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Are the pantographs up? No, not yet. Pantographs up. Yep, pantographs are up now and we're on AC. Thanks for that, Fabi-chan. I wouldn't have noticed that otherwise. Oh, we changed the motor sound as well, they're slightly different. Let's pick that up. I didn't notice we were on DC. I don't know why we were on DC, because we don't have any third rail, of course. That should be illegal. You're sus, thank you very much, Danny2000. I don't know what to say to that. Is that a compliment? Where are the Class 91s? We saw one at Hitchin, didn't we? That was 91-109. That was held at the red signal there. You have seen a G-block. I think you saw it once at Acton Main Line. And once at Ealing Broadway, didn't you, Josh? We're doing plenty next month once I visit routes in London like Brighton and Southern 313s as well. Oh yes, they're for Southern 313s. They haven't got much longer, have they? It'll be very nice for a visit. Guess 37 is a lot less sluggish on AC compared to DC. Yeah, most of them are still around. Some of them are up at Leicester in the Europhoenix colours. Alright, okay then, Josh. Yes, it's very nice to see the 91s back again. I'm going over a foot crossing, which simply goes by the name of number 66. Hello Michael Neyman, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully I pronounced your name correct. And last time I went on East Coast Main Line it was a 43. Wow, that's a long time ago. Last time I was on the East Coast Main Line would have been yesterday. Our next stop will be Huntingdon. We're obviously a fast service, so we'll only call it a few stops along the way. Here's our second foot crossing. This is number 71. Not sure what happens to all the numbers between 66 and 71. Go on, do an Ilkley, I'll try. Ah, it's really strange, isn't it? I'm trying. I'll try it. I'll try it without. There we go. Finally did one. It's a bit sticky, isn't it? Anyway, here's this level crossing. This is offered level crossing. I would have just been down into London. Clark 007. Not half bad, thank you, Chiltern Railway fan. How are you? Oh, very nice. The driver let you into the cab, that's nice. Ah, that's nice. It's very kind of him. Lots of LNEL stuff, very nice. Last time I would have capped a train would have been I capped a 321. Was it 321? It was a 321-9. I capped at Colchester. Must have been in the middle of August. I've never been on the East Coast Main Line, unfortunately. You're missing out. You're really missing out. Although the East Coast Main Line, many say that it hasn't been the same variety as before because all the HSTs and the 91s and the 365s and all that have gone. I mean, you want to deselect for Huntingdon now. That's the waypoint, the bridge over the river. It's alright. Oh, you're going to Crewe tomorrow. Very nice. I really want to go back to Crewe. There's always something to see there. There's no bad days at Crewe, is there? Likewise with Doncaster. Or unless the East Coast Main Line or West Coast Main Line is so disrupted that you can't get home. I think that was the best period on the East Coast Main Line, Fabi-chan. Or definitely during Virgin's period, because then it was the Virgin LNER transitional period. You had 700s, 365s, 317s, I think the 321s. Oh no, 321s gone before then. But there was probably the most variety back then. Of course, you still had the HSTs and the 800s and 801s weren't quite introduced then, but there's only so much we can say about variety, isn't there? Where are the 365s and what's replaced them? The 365s are probably either in the scrap yard. Actually, I don't think any have gone for scrap. They've all gone for store, inverted commas. So I think most of them are at Doncaster, actually. Here we are at Huntingdon. How late are we? 1 minute. Yes, the 387s and the Class 700s are replacing the Class 365s. Although they won't really be a replacement, will they? The 365s with their incredible motors. I'll always remember them. Their legacy lives on in the Metcam -2s and -9s, the 465s of South Eastern, I should have specified that. Can be bad days. Sometimes I've been to York now, I'm going to Crewe only for a few days while you're getting around, aren't you? Anyway, let's head off. The train puffs at us. I still don't know what that sound is. It always seems to happen about 4 miles an hour. I love LNER's 800s. I'm becoming more fond of them, actually, sort of breaking into them. Lots of people don't really like them. I still don't really like them either. They just feel a bit cheap, but they're fast, and that's all that matters to the regular person, isn't it? They're fast. They get you on the East Coast Main Line. They're relatively reliable. See you then, the Chiltern Railway fan. Apologies. Yeah, quite a lot of them are at Doncaster as well, Josh. It's there. Quite a lot around the network. None are at Hornsey and none are at Peterborough anymore. And none are at Hertford North. Expecting to be interested in the Crewe Heritage Centre, like a progress on restoration work of 43009. Yes, indeed. I did pass the Crewe Heritage Centre a few weeks ago. Looks like there didn't seem to be that much going on there, but I'm sure they've got lots going on behind the scenes there. As then Hull Trains Paragon passes us. Oh yes, you see the tram in Crew Hatches Centre as well. Definitely agreed, Clark Code 1007. The 365 has a really good character, unreplaceable character. Yeah, they're a bit plain as well. Hello Mohammed Bufas, welcome to the stream. I'm alright, how are you doing? And why the YouTuber PTG Rail hasn't posted in a while. I've heard of the guy. I think he's working with paramedic. Oh, he's got a really good job. Wow. If that's what's taking up his time, so be it. Hopefully we all understand that. The 800s have better seats, it would be my favourite train, but right now it's the Intercity 225s and the Voyagers. I'm not a big fan of Cross Country's Voyagers, to say the least. They've still got quite old interiors, although their seats are quite comfy. They're the same as on Virgin's 390s, or Avanti, I've done it again, Avanti's 390s. But their toilets stink, you can smell them throughout the whole train. I went on one between... When was the last time I went on Cross Country Voyager? Quite a while ago, I think. City 225s definitely are good trains. If any of you that don't like Voyagers, wait till we see Avanti's new refurbished ones. They are really good. I really like their Avanti's new 221 interiors. They've not just done the livery, they've done the whole interiors as well. They're quite a lot nicer. I'm waiting for the 1723 to Colchester. Let's figure out, have you got a 720 or have you got a 321? I'll report back to you I'll report back to you as soon as possible if I can find whether it is a 321 or a 720. We're coasting around at 100 miles an hour. It's very nice. No, I'm not too sure what your train will be, unfortunately. Clark Code 1007. Okay, so 321-9 out for Southern Victoria. It's nice to see the ex-Northern units being repurposed to Greater Anglia. They do seat lines quite well. You know, Joshy Washi is the first one saying my name at the live stream. Wait, I'm confused. Yes, I am a bit confused. CSM train spotting, you are a great train spotter, thank you. Although I highly doubt that. I very highly doubt that. Anyway, well, while I've been trying to figure out whether your train is a 321 or a 720, it's probably a 321. We've just gone past Connington, so we're about halfway between Huntingdon and Peterborough. You don't really see it when you look at it on the map, but Huntingdon and Peterborough are quite a way apart. Very nice to upload them. 720 videos do seem to get quite a lot of views. Passing our first freight of the day. Don't get very much freight on the East Coast Main Line, but we have one evening freight. This one is going from Wakefield Europort to London Gateway. Very nice. Why are the 720s not operating Ipswich line? They are. Try going on a weekday. If you go along the along the line towards Ipswich on a weekday, then they're probably more frequent. I think the 321s are operating all lines out of London now, except Norwich, etc. And on East Coast Main Line, on the West Anglia Main Line, I think there's one that goes down to Stratford, and that's it. Have you got the Peterborough to Cambridge line? No, I don't. Although that's definitely on my list. The Peterborough to Cambridge line does look very nice. I must say Class 360s on the Sunshine Coast Line and East Coast Main Line. On East Coast Main Line? Do you mean the Great Eastern Main Line? Yeah, agreed. The 360s did bring some character to the Great Eastern. They suited it quite well. But now they found life with East Midlands Railway, where they're much needed and are in the government's plan to decarbonise the railways. It's good to see that they're going all electric up to Corby now. That's a Great Western. Actually, what's happened to the 360s-2s? So they're still at Bicester? Because Rail Operations Group bought them, didn't they? From Heathrow Connect. Now going over to crossovers here at Stilton Fen. We're approaching Peterborough now. We're in the Peterborough area. That'll be the next focus as well, after beloved 315s are sadly gone. And the 321s, 322s and 317s. Yeah, it's a shame, but it's probably for the better of the company, really. It's a lot easier if you streamline your fleet. I think we might actually be moving a shot of arriving in Peterborough on time. Am I right in saying that one of the 360s is at Long Marston? If someone can correct me on that. How would they be at Bicester as there's no power there? They got dragged by a Class 37 a few months ago. Up to Bicester, and they're just sitting there. Nobody's really sure yet what Rail Operations Group are planning on doing with them, but I think they might be converted into parcel units for their Orion project. For those of you who don't know, the Orion project, that's what they're doing with the Class 768s and 769s and 319s. Rail Operations Group are. They're planning on repurposing the Class 319s, which a lot of companies seem to be doing recently, providing high-speed rail freight between various places in the UK. So it's a bit like what the 325s are doing, but on a larger scale, I suppose. Yeah, it's surprising how the 377s are still running. Or the 317 or the 313s are still running. I can't talk today. Although you can really tell that they are on their last legs. Here is Fletton Junction. We're very close to Peterborough now. What do you mean by test runs, Josh? Yeah, Faberchan, the Orion project seems like something which I feel like maybe Rail Operations Group are getting a bit too big for their boots, to be honest, because they've got, I mean, it's an absolutely brilliant idea, and the idea for the project is brilliant, but they haven't really got the facilities to do it. It's very possible, but I don't really think it's going to go well. That's if it even happens. If it does happen, it could be very good, though. Doesn't surprise me that about the 365 being converted to parcels, because the same parcel company, the 319s, is once the 768, not 769. Yeah, I mean, 365s as parcel units. I think it would be good. It would give them nice life, because they're not quite on their last legs yet, are they? Like a maintenance work train or something. I don't think that would really suit the 360s, because they've only got a certain type of coupling. With the 37s, Europhoenix pride themselves in having 500,000 different couplers for various trains, but I don't think that will really work with the 360s. Unless they're converted to unless they have some sort of diesel or own power generating abilities. I can't remember what that's called. 225, 125, or 800. That's a very difficult question between two of them. I think you know which ones. I think I'm going to go with the 125. Yes, the Class 319s are currently under refurbishment to become the Class 319s and 768s with Orion. And there we go, as we arrive into our final stop at Peterborough. That was a really enjoyable run. I quite enjoyed that, actually. As we open the doors here at Peterborough, we also have a 66 which is sitting here. This is 66753 with GB Rail Freight, with an intermodal going from Felixstowe to Doncaster by port. Yeah, I think the Virgin ones. I mean, they've got the same interiors, but you get to considerably better speeds on Virgin's ones compared to Cross Country's ones. So they're along the nice light as well. Previously -2s are used on freight. Are they used on freights? They don't seem to be at the moment. Once Rail Operations Group outlines their plans for them, then we'll know, but we can only speculate until then. There's a GPRF rail tour on Thursday. Where's it going? Bad luck, your scenario is not completed successfully. Did we arrive on time at Peterborough? That's the question. I think we did. Yes, we arrived 2 minutes early. So we did manage to catch up to our time. That's all that matters. End on a happy note. Also on a happy note, I've got 12 people watching, so that's quite a lot. London Victoria to London Gateway. Alright, okay. That sounds interesting. I might be able to catch it around London. But yes, anyway, for next week's stream, we will be driving, just reading the description because I can't remember, we'll be driving from London Marylebone to Aylesbury along the Chiltern main line. Oh, we're out of memory, okay. Just want to show you. Oh yes, I will see you next time. Have a good week, everyone.